Makerere bomwezi mazire bo twagera kumara tuli tuta.
Together kumara I had a second class degree as I told you, second upper. But I want to tell you after university, life became not easy because we had to go outside the world, but look for jobs. We were men now. So I karam Kampala omo sevile mirimo, and we indeed moved a while to get to Ngemi. But I normally tell my story, and my story is very interesting. After Makerere, of course, we will come home, be in Kampala. One thing we would agree with that we had to stay in Kampala to ask them for jobs. The first job I landed on, I was employed by a certain Chiga lady. She had a store in Kikugo selling salt. Mustowa muno mukazi ona kampeza omulimu gw'okubala omunyu gwalugaga mu store. I want to tell you as a graduate, nyataaga mu store wenu sanga 10 ekiro.
Wakora 10
ne bukya. Ni siba mu store wamu was to ensure that all the salt ekulugamu are accounted for. The sackets, they were selling them in sackets, in cartons. Buli carton n'engibara ina ku recording. Never finding out that in the store wakatekamo, for example, cartons 10. Nesturukire are they tally. That was my job. I worked in this store for 3 months. One time this lady called me over because I had been very efficient, very loyal to her. Yangita Yagamba, young boy, where do you come from? I told him I'm a born of Masindi. She asked me what level of education. I told her I'm a graduate. I said, what? You're a graduate? I told her, yes, I am. How about you come store?
Mwebali muno okutweteranizaho wa program ya itenu another edition of Vele Kabandization. Tubungisiza omusajja wa Masindi, omusajja wa maani muno amanyirwe. Ai kwekanga bunyoro ndijo nakiri akumanyibwa even his name kurugia aligase yaise kana hati is a well known person mugabnanka mu Masindi ya itanu. Era ikinde kimumanyisibwa is a retired civil servant akanakora Masindi as a senior procurement officer. Lero tujja kumurora tulinawo hatu mubungisize. We shall speak biography, life, early education, then we shall also tujakenda to endinga with politics abokuba ako ayinga entebe ya katano era tuli hano ajakwa na basaba busigikibwanyu ala tiketi ya NRM. So munyikirize mubaletere. Wale kujja Adyeeri.
Wale kusanga mu kabandese.
Go muri mutanyo kulu.
Tuli kurungi.
Mwebale emirimo yonna.
Ego nanyo mwebale mukora.
Mwebale no kwikiriza kwijja kubazona abantu baitu.
Kisa kya mukama.
Abantu ba Masindi bano bali kubatika mamano kagamba okwenda abikulembera. Ego. Hati ali omuntu Masindi okali alima abantu Amasindi oko abe bakumanyire Yesu bakumanyire Adyeeri bakumanyire Gaetano baitu alimu n'abandi abatakumanyire nabo bakumanyire benda kumanya kwongera kukumanya nkaiwe Adyeeri ni wuha Godfrey Byarugaba
Byarugaba Godfrey Adyeeri Gaetano okubanza kwabyona ngoza kusima munyoro kabandize abomukisa gono ngompaire okusakubaza ona abantu ba Masindi no kubasobora kiki Byarugaba Godfrey Adyeeri Gaetano kyali nkazarwa omukyaro kyabali ejukira omugombora ya bigonzo bwire bono ninzaru mwaka gomgurusi Gaetano bitali mwanya nkazaru mwaka gwe 1994 biro kwezi musanje mu kwezi kwa 8 ninzarwa mama ba mwetaga Rose kabonesa bitali mwanya mugenzi mba mubwongo mama aba mugimu kana mukazo wonsweire aba musita nkatandikira kusoma kwange omusomero ya Kube Primary School alinyo someire the early days of nursery obunyamazire nyarugawanya genda kina primary school nyasomero primary 1 kwika primary 5 primary 6 na P7 nkabisomera Hoima Public School. Nyarugire Hoima Public School bwiro bukabwebwe bwobulemo ngasomera senior yewe kubanza ikoba senior secondary school. By then kabene kyali mixed kyonka biro bineta a single school eyabayisiki. Nyarugire ikoba secondary school nkagenda Nakasero secondary school. Nakasero secondary school nkasomera senior ya kabiri Nyamalere senior ya kana. Onyamaze senior ya kana nkayika kurungi muno mu grade yo kubanza banyeta Nyakasura school. Nonya somere senior ya katano Nyamalere senior ya mukaga. Onyamaze senior ya mukaga bakanyeta still kasoma kurungi banyeta Makerere University. Nyasoma a degree ya social sciences Nyamalere mwaka gwa 1998 graduatinga.
Kasomero Kikube primary school. Tuona tukimanyire tuinayo Kikube ya Masindi tuine Kikube Ahoima. Kali ene district esazirwa Ahoima saje ne yetongere ka district ukaba Kikube yikaye.
Kikube primary school erisomero enyakuri mu kyaro kya Kikube ekiri mu sub county ya Bikonzo bwire buntu. Masindi district.
Ti alima abandi ogamba Kikube bayikira Kikube district ya ali Hoima.
Ndio kwikiraniza nayiwe.
Ati twenda kumanya Adyeeri mu kusoma ukaba mwana akwisana ata.
Omwirango okusoma nkaba mwana kwekamba nkaba mwana mugezi nikyonkusololere amasomero ganyangeze n'indu batamu agamuga amasomero ga hansi kyonka okusoma kurungi nyasanga ngezere musomero enungi ekyokurora ekirungi kinkwenda okugambira Nyakasura school bwiro bekabereri one of the first class schools mu Uganda obanyesere kusoma HSC. I had passed very well. No bunyarugire Nyakasura school gena Makerere bwiro bwo wagenda ga Makerere anyhow yonko bwiro bwo kyonka bakanyeta kurungi no nyagenda Makerere abukura mukaba ninsoma kurungi. Ego
obomezi omuka nambaye twakulire byo tukakulira muka esete ngereta ogano isanga alima abana abakuzire bazire babatalo alabandi bakuzire balo wo muka sete ngakabeta
omukaya mugurusi Gaetano bitalimu wanyanzarwa ndi mwana wa kabiri isenyowe akaba musajja yasoyira bakazi babiri kali twayikaraga family ibi tuli mu nju yemu kyonka tukakuliramo mburungi muno no bwire buno bonzo bonsanga na batobange tusakya ukaneza ngutokaneza bamama bayi kali se waita katukuza mu family setup eyo burungi kandi rero mukuterana ko kweterana kurungi muno. Ego
aisomero Kikube Hoima Nyakasura twamalira secondary na yawa wagamba ogenda Makerere.
Ego ugarura he nyuma omuntu wakyalire kino boko mugambira nyararaga Kikube ni somera kiyina akurura kiri kyamani muno kuranga n'urubata kyonka yitwa kuranturo bata buli nkyaka twabotaka kuruba Kikube tugenda kiyina tukyantu garukayo
mwabaga mwino upanya oba
nangwa bwiro buna panya zikazitaroho kyonka embera nuko yakabayireri bwiro bune gali actually zikaziri ntoyito muno so option yabayirero ikabiri yo kurubata kandi wakirubataga cyane katukuza tuli physically fit.
Tuina abana bisomero mayo twabaga mu busumu ababana bagurikira dio motoka usanga ati kile kimotoka kijja kora waita almwana kigurikira nabara kile kitwaye nambayikira kigurikira
kabandizo bwiro bune kirori kigurikira twakirora kikaba kitaroho option kaberemo yo kurubata kandi sikwali kurubata twagenaga ntuyiruka abakubo kurubata between you and me okusaba kwiko kerere yo kwikayisomero kandi kwikayisomero abayege bibonerezo bingi kwijo kerere yi so twabaga twina kutandika kara twiruke kandi ndidi twayikaga isomero mbuyi
anyire twati kitukulira omulembe gundi nanyi mwina another generation bitogwa itu kale tutukunira omugisa tusomero hayi twasomero no nkaito inyawuraga myaka yanyu nkaito byabijwa yabahoga ya
kugarura he enyuma murundi gundi obunyarugire ikoba secondary school ningena Nakasero secondary school nkagenera mu mpali ngufu ntaina nkaito kyonko twagendere kampati kasanga abana bayina nkaito bayina nempali ndayira bakatusekera muno kiro kyokubanza waswara kiro kyawo ndio twatula tugere nkabana bandi bayitembera obwire obwo ekabeta kugamba ngo buli mwana inakuba nenkaito akwa kitakusoboka kyokka tukusimba mukama na government ya NRM kurwango atembera eri nungiho kandi tumanyire jya kongera kuturekera
ikoba second tumajwaraga empale ndairaza
ikoba second obwire twajwaraga empale ngufu akwenda ira zikazitaro
second yona ni wajwaraga ngo
kandi nenkaito tazina
kigimira mutubiro
omuhaba obizi banga bayasomere nabo na kaikoba secondary school alumiro kabalega riso nuko twasomere ikoba secondary school
atobogenzero urugiro ikoba ogenzero nakasero mubana abaganda bakubaza uruganda urugiro kuno uri muri nyoro endero ko okakompi okamaraho utabokuba ikinde kindi amazima gayi tugarukire mazima nyonso mu biromba ganda the first impression urugama sindo abanyuru muri balogo abanyuru baina first impression bafite kama abantu abo how did you cope up with that
ekyo kubanza utwabanze kugenda bakabanza kutizinga muno kyonka tukaba bagumu ekirunge kyabere kyaitu tukaba bagezi mutama yokubanza uyahoire tukaba tubateyire tubasingire hati batekame kitinisa kyonka itu mukubanza tukabanga koso rujungu baitu nkomwana mutungo kuaba ayangwa kwata n'uruganda twayangwa kukwata baitu nkwenda kwashuwaringa hali twamalire sine yakana abantu security abakiraga tuli bagezi muno tutwaringa very highly
ekiyogamba abanyo icyo tutatutita abanyo tuli balogo such event bitabo obabizire this generation
nangwa bwiro wita encountering ekyo nakasero bwararuge tugeze nyakasuru
toruge nakasuru ati tugire
nakasero tugire all level
tugire ikoba tugeze nakasero tugarukire nyakasuru
school
tuzo nyakasura n'uto waruga n'utwagira Makerere no gaba ka government
nakereba nkabakampeza government kandi obwire onkwenda kugambira ka bwire burungi muno omwana kasita wakatunga admission mu Makerere wabagomaziri omuzayiti yabaga ne expenditure yano kyokora batweregana ka allowance akabayita kaboom otayine kikutalibanza kiona so Makerere tukasomera kurungi twamalire
obomezi Makerere kababuta
obomezi wa Makerere bwire ukabutayina kizibwa bokuba university yakuroleraga buli kintu bakulisaga ne bakuraza ne bakuha ne bitabo stationery yona bagikweza na textbooks ne bakwezereza so embere kabawiro bekyali nungi muno
agamba iwo kubola aho okugenda wenka buli kimu kyono genda kisanga
kasita wakagega mu Makerere University no manya buli kintu kyona kiriketa de 4
bakuhire course kyo
bakampa a degree in social sciences in soma political science and social administration degree yonka yinka kuronge muno nyakenya tunga a second class upper obwire obekabetali nyangu muno kutunga abokuba that's the highest qualification omuntu yasobola kutunga obwire white actually first class degrees tizaba yo so I scored very highly and graduated
hati tuli Makerere ebintu yoga ibagambaga max for sale oba abana besikini behayo nga feminine camel professors for max byali biri byoba bizokiri
nangwa obwire bwaitu tutaencounter ekintu kya mulingo ogu ngo haro max zomuntu bakumuhereza unfairly it was all obwire tukatuna professors bayo very very professional the professors bambins ni baba tusomeseza obwire
kwa previous 2023 elemo je katuka report ni gamba Makerere University and Kyangongo baku abana there is max for sale gamba ata abana bita tisazo no birya university kuna abana bokumanya ibintu attend lectures ato bitu mu projection go nuga unibazifuna projection tent ni bamba
icyo hari nyowe nkurura kirevera unfortunate tikisemereire kandi government semereye kirwanisa in the strongest terms possible because omuntu kasitaka kutunga max studies no tukakutunga the quality of people abatali barungi omaiso in the service of the government rundi mu services zindi zona tujja kutunga abantu abatali competent both ethically and practically so government semere kinte kichungiro mubazi kurwangu kikoire
ato obo turugire bunyoro and twagenda nyakasura to rudena twagenda ati twagaruka Kampala twangire kasanga tuli mu nakasira baito biro biro bukaba second restrictions kuturuka zikabanti to mu baito gunzire Makerere where there's okulibata no wetu rabula hamuno na okuyitana how was life there kuwasa zino even omuntu arugire masira agenda Kampala crossing the road saraba imotoka ni rapa okwana karabono ono okwa osa kwemere my first time in Kampala wagambaga kamanze ndinde emotoka zirabo zita kuwaju ebyanyi bikaba bita
naito twali twagendere Makerere of course tukantukyali babisimu kyonko muntu bwogenda mu embeera nk'egyo obyakaire n'osoma environment obuntu ayikaraga mu university tatulukire no kuturukamu okubona ekikuturukyamu kyabaga kitalo okubanza kuba bintu ina sente mu nsayi kutwala mu Kampala mutawo so twayirusika kwikara Makerere ntusoma until sometime obundi otungira ka allowance nosobola kugenda aheru now ngenda Kampala. The library and everything was very well equipped. So to searching Makerere. But truly speaking, Makerere was a place in a freedom nyingi, in a rights nyingi. Kasi wakati hagamu university no manya my life is safeguarded. Tutaine kitu kyoni kyokutaga na kuserura he. Bakweza ke byokule bikumara no bakweza nebindi bitabu byona bikwayi. Ko kuraro hayina. Ati nko mwana rugire kikubi wagenda Makerere kusoma wasobera bene kikutwara Kampala.
Obu mu isomero otaba musajja omani muna bukuba tula government I have food bino kurara and I'm getting some small allowance ngira ko musajja omani muna
boyiro bo nkugarira enyuma katito bunyabaire Nyakasura school nkaba prefect nkaba a dome captain ko beta prefect akwedinga a dome Komwiswa house. So I had those leadership skills onyagendere Makerere now katungayo some residual roles mo spima na anka mo hall kyonke tali not as a head of the hall kyoso twabaga twino obulungi bwingi mu university nyembo enyumiriza muno bwire buno abana babiro ni basakota tungire as good life as much freedom Makerere nke yabaire obwire
kwa Makerere sazini you can even go osagira no soma baitu nolema no kumanya mwana wakono kale mwebale yo short commercial break tulina Adyeeri na bena tatunyumiza bomezi Makerere University Adyeeri mwebale yo break sebeno tatunyumiza Makerere University na abana bo textbook babahaga the privileges mwafunire
Makerere University all student when yabaga entitled to a book allowance each student akabaina bamukinguliraga an account in the bookshop where I would pick all the textbooks that he needs in a calendar year in an academic year. But in most cases wasanga that book allowance ne kumara kurungi kugura stationery yo kwetaga kufigura textbooks zone zo kwetaga surely those were very good time that we feel abana testingaho at least wasomaga no maana buli kitabu kinkotaga nkina nkina pen ngina byona nkibotaka kuona mukusoma kwa it was really an enjoyable period I should say and would urge government kuranga ekintu nkekyo kigarukiro so that our students have all the reading materials especially at those levels because some students need to make research, they need to refer to very many things. The library may not be enough, the space sometimes even the library is not enough, but if the texts are enough omwana kikumwangwira kusoma.
When a number of are about leadership Makerere when ogamba you assume the leadership role akati manyire mu university za mani hano Makerere tutukize product za mani ziri mu nakasa ziri mu leadership nyaka president wetu Museveni wa yangira ga Makerere nyeti ngya kusomera yo baito okutunga other leaders ntawe bingi bwo Buganda region guzuma tu waitu kuni kwana ebyezi kama nanko nona yeba manyiro mu yontu kana nyuza nakaba akarugira Masindi kufuna education yayo akarugira kabaliga yagenda Makerere nabandi bona bentakagende baito bulora abana baza ndi product wa Makerere nodi wa Makerere iwe tunanka leadership ya Makerere kabwe. Which position did you engage in?
When I was in Makerere, I was an assistant. I don't know how to call him. A house yabagana na blocks. Nkabandi assistant na block ekyo. Ningwera the main prefect ya heading aga the domes. So I was a residual ntali gama ngwira musore organized. Titi won't kibaza, but I had those residual roles in there.
Baito ukuwa tali komona kwa wewe leader ukuwa tali komona that's how leadership starts from
because normally when you look at the halls in Makerere it's so big a hall that one person cannot manage it when akunga abantu abako informing what is happening in the various whatever locations so I was playing such a role.
Was it very good?
It was a very good role because buli wingi baraganga batungire umuntu who is capable to do that alone. Of course, you know, at university level, you must relate very well with your colleagues. It is not like those are lower levels. You are dealing with elites, or you are dealing with people who can reason. So, inakuwa umuntu
bakwitaga saje ni myaka ine ogenda other schools other universities bakwitaga myaka 3 myaka irati bagenda kwao oba kwenda their education kuba ya mali mungu ngira mu myaka ngati tukwitaga maximum years.
It why to the longest course I think was medicine near twarage myaka nyingi ho. I think it was 4 years there. We go baga one additional year.
How was it? No, it having got to move.
Law was like any other course. It was also lasting 3 years.
3 years.
Oh, you know, about that additional year.
Surgeon maybe I will kill him. Makerere Masindi bo twagera kumara tuli tuta.
Together kumara I had a second class degree as I told you, second upper. But I want to tell you after university, life became not easy because we had to go outside the world, but look for jobs. We were men now. So I Kampala more to sell more, and we indeed moved a while to Jakutungi. But I normally tell my story, and my story is very interesting. After Makerere, of course, you will come home, be in Kampala. One thing would agree with that we had to stay in Kampala. To us, the source of jobs was Kampala then. Actually, the local governments were not jobs. Even these service commissions were not yet in a place. So we had to stay in Kampala to look for the jobs. The first job I landed on, I was employed by a certain Muchiga lady. She had a store in Kikugo selling salt. Mustowa muno mukazi ona kampeza omulimu gw'okubala omunyu gwalugaga mu store. I want to tell you as a graduate, nyataaga mu store wenu sanga 10 ez'ekiro.
Wakola 10
ne bukya. Nesiba mu store wamu. My duty was to ensure that all the salt ekulugamu were accounted for. The sackets, they were selling them in sackets, in cartons. Buli carton n'engibara ina ku recording. Never finding out that in the store wakatekamo, for example, cartons 10 nezitulukire aletali. That was my job. I worked in this store for 3 months. One time this lady called me over because I had been very efficient, very loyal to her. Yangita yagamba, young boy, where do you come from? I told him I'm a born of Masindi. She asked me what level of education. I told her I'm a graduate. I said, what? You're a graduate? I told her, yes, I am. How about you come store? I'm going to go to the Kale, one day Karana, Yatana, Wange, and a minister. I'm going to get it to move. That day didn't work. I went to the Ministry of Local Government. She had a friendship with the State Minister of Local Government then. Surprisingly, who was an MP from Masindi. By then, she was Flora Mukenda. She was Minister of State for Local Government. When we reached this lady, I'm cousin Yamugambira, Honorable Nkakugambira about the boy who works with me. Who is a minor? This is the boy. But this boy is so efficient, he's so loyal. Now going to Mukonyere wherever possible. Then the minister asked me, Musigas, where do you come from? I told her I come from a village called Chikube, and my father is called Gaetano Adyeeri. Surprising, this lady knew my father. Are you sure? I told her, yes, it's true. What had no problem to walk when Yamugamba, yes, Kiki. Send me there. So I went to the lady. She told me, you know, I've been told that there were advertised jobs in the Bank of Baroda. I wanted you to apply. So I went, I wrote my application and sent it to Bank of Baroda. I was shortlisted.
Kugarurenyi makati ego. University of Ile twanikire koro munako omumoyo musoro mu. Wararaga hostel by then about computer swiri. Wararaga.
Ah, Makerere and I was no longer a student.
Obu wararaga.
Nyanka bantungira kaju bakula okatuka karumu kamu naone nyikara.
So then in cost was
It was manageable. My parents would help me. But it was not easy life. It was not easy life. Okuba kulya hansi na kafarisi. Just life yomanyire yogamba ngu survivinga.
Sazi ni room to get at least akaruma kutandikibwawo mitwaro 15 abiri.
Ego.
Geno sango mwana wemezi nibumbule mesa nagakanga lukomuka. Obo tuzire minister.
Ego. Tumaze kurora abanyesere for interview. I've gone for written tests in Bank of Baroda, which I passed, but waited for an oral interview. So I went for the oral interview. I passed the oral interview. But when I passed the oral interview, the bosses in the Bank of Baroda told the minister that your gentleman passed for it. But surprisingly, we wanted 6 people. And we already have the 6 people. But if this gentleman is ready to be employed at a lower level and promote him at a later time. So they tell the minister to send me there. So I go to Bank. They told me this. So I told them I'm ready to work. So they employed me as a banking assistant. By then there was a branch at Odium House. So I started working as a banking assistant. I worked for some 4 years as a banking assistant. Then I put to take care of the accountant of the branch. So in Yakuram Bank for some 6 years I was in Mbarara. Then my father one day came convincing me that I want you to come and work from home. But I was a gentleman, I was only that young age. You're working in the bank. You want me to go and work in the village, Daddy, leave me alone. I told Daddy, please, Daddy. No, he told me, I want you to come and work. And he declared that if I don't accept, he will not leave Mbarara, but to come back to Masindi. He spent 1 week in Masindi, in Mbarara. Until he convinced me. Then an advert was run in Masindi for a secretary tender board. I applied. In the long run, I was victorious.
As a banking officer.
Yes, sir.
You told him that I'm leaving the job.
Exactly.
Where, what were they say about it?
They wanted me to stay, of course, but my father's wish had to prevail.
So you had to live with them?
True. I also weighed, actually, as a young man, I also weighed. I realized if you get 100,000 as a salary, you pay rent 30,000, you eat off 40,000, you socialize with another 10. At the end of the month, you remain. I think I made my calculation. I said no. I think going home might be better because at the end of the day, I might be remaining with some little more money in my pocket than remaining at Mbarara. So I took a decision. I came to work with Masindi District Headquarters. And that was in 2003. Yes. So at Masindi local government, I started as secretary tender board. Through the reforms, this job changed to a procurement officer. So I was designated as a procurement officer in 1988. Then 2008, I was also eventually promoted.
Yes,
but during that time, you realize I was not having a professional qualification in procurement. So I started reading with the SIP to acquire SIPs with some professional organization in UK. So I was reading online. I read for about 3 years until I got a full qualification in procurement, CIPS, SIPs. Normally in my initials, I'm supposed to say I'm Byarugaba Godfrey SIPs. This is the highest qualification somebody can ever attain in procurement. And I want to assure that I do hold it.
So to take you back, Makerere to Kimazire, Banka to get a suite. Our dad has come and convinced us that we have to go back home.
Yes.
Abana Bakumara University. Na arora munagamba nyo kabandize Masindi mazire garuke Masindi koraki ngia kusedura Masindi kyokora kitalo okwikara kuno Kampala kuno I can hustle and do any other job Masindi ngaruka ngakora any casual job the public kuondora ekuba ndola kubi inkuba ni kale n'abaana bakusoma nkuba ni mabana na mani abandize za university ya attend this degree baragarukira kore za these casual jobs adi baziki kusagamba abana
advice to the youth is that one mutajogereza mirimo omulimo gwona okusaba gukora ne kulidinga handi nyekira kubeera testimony yange kakusamanya yangire omulimo gukora mu munyu mu store would I have access the chance to go to the bank tiya kuntongera because omukazi ona yantwaire wa ministry taina tiya kunsangira rugudu akaina kunsanga hamuli mogwe alinya koleire nyakora kurungi ya nsimu nyasha kutunga opportunity yogenda kutunga an interview or a placement in bank so any job that comes the way of the youth nkira advising please take it up mukama abaine kya ku preparing kale na kupima na gamba mwana onu akusaku taking up challenging tasks eziramulidinga haiguruho so when you turn them down obanosana jemeire mukama so omulimo guraja your way as a youth take it up mukama sakoine kya kutekana mu maiso ekyo kimu ekya kabiri insecure yaitunkeire bimbaine kugambira byira tibikyasobola kuba emirimo Kampala by then with the center of jobs kugambire these service commissions were not yet there emirimo recruitment yakolwaga from Kampala but these days the recruitments are done anywhere a district they recruit. There are many organizations that have come up in the districts, up country, wherever, which employ. So omwana oja kwesibirira Kampala when actually the job is not in Kampala. So omukisa aligula kukwatira kusanga otali mu Kampala. So obaina alokusa kugenda kukabaga one kyo kukora simple as it may look kisakuwa nikikutembera. Ekyakabiri, these days our economy is advancing. Best professions. Now, as we shall talk on myself, to me, even to never kill around Bomes Bang, farming. So, as a graduate, you can in the meantime be involved yourself in activities involved with farming, and indeed you may never regret. But somehow, maybe your opportunity for a job might come in the future.
I don't want to graduate might want to invest in farming.
Yes.
By to let us say an example of animal husbandry in Agamba, Jakufuna Kanyanakanga, Sakurezinga Kasina Agamba, Jakufuna Kanyanakang, others have been again Mukuna Bagi, so rather than Kurunde, Nanke, in Koko, Kurin Koko, Emboozi, but no Jaco Sanga, graduate to Taina Itaka. Again, Sangava Zero, they have their own plots of land. Banzali Nyanga, Kurinyanga, and Kilasa, this only plot of land, Taina Kurori. By to idea, you know, Mutwe, Akusakurezinga Kasina Gamba, I can buy a car from Sakura and again, challenge in graduates.
True challenge, I remember graduates, but in a way, in whatever way, I think you go to go to the space and go to Kuziris. Sakutanika in whatever simple way. Birubino by the walking my yango Sakuri, Kurima Bugora, Murubaraza. So there are many things that you can enterprisingly do. Nibikuyo one level to another. Also, Tanika Nakawakame, for example, Akawakama Konikakuyamu, no genda hambus, no Gisika, no genda hunt. I've gone to places where people have earned is about civic. Now, Kera Kitakama Nagana Civicali, even Yansaban to your house. Near Nepura, eventually one as a making Ekimayam in future. Japan, being to want to visit Tomanyam Kamasakwana Gamba, I'll go keeping the house for some engaged in the future. Eventually, come up for my so opportunities then of that Sakuba that they come your way. Please disseminate neglecting as a youth. Please taking up better things that find you on your way. Yeah.
Adi, advise again, very muno, very bitua, na youth balo kubona kanire, mene kumufunire maligamo bya adi. Ko meza bura miremu nanyi ngo mukorabamu. Kikorora kibaye. Garukire Masindi ugambire 2008 izire muri mohano
2003 nibo yabanze kuri
2003 kufuna kufunira ogu wagamba wakona gwa procurement wasoma online balizaho tinkwenda bisaba nzo bitugarukiremo
ya SIPS M6 it is a member of the Chartered Institute of Purchasing and Supply. Haro institute mu Bungereza the controlling area procurement. That is the Chartered Institute of Purchasing and Supply. Niye handling okusoma kuona professional to do the procurement. Abantu abayina sente obundi bagenda Bungereza ne basoma courses. Obono osanga gisomere for a shorter period. Baita tukukuta kusobola genda Bungereza kusomera course online. Kyokano twala some stage a longer period. Nyewe course eno, my wife will bear my witness. Nya spending sleepless nights. Ni soma no references hano hari no gure bitabo binda biri kurango kuzereki otumwe that professional qualification. And I had also seen ahead that the future was going to be for those that are qualified. So I was doing the job which I was not having the professional qualification. So I read very hard kurango course no actually presenting.
Baitu obuzibu hano butino Masindi ali mkaleta abana ba Masindi gwa mazima gawe and there is no awareness about this online courses. Geno sango mwana ali willing kusoma baitu awareness etalo utakumanya aka na apply sangi nda abana tebimanyire bya and our people are not doing enough because abantu abasomi wo exposed tibakuyamba ita abana batu kumanya the availability of those things. Kiki kitu kusobola kola tukwita awareness
kutwara ahead omaisoko twagenda tubazanja kuli kino kankireta hatu. As one of my ambitions as a district chairperson of Masindi, nje maintaining a data bank of our human resources at Masindi. Nkwenda kumanya Masindi ina bana balinga abasomere to what level balinga between you and me kakusanga omwana ogo to creating we can have buli twabaga public libraries alabana kawa bagenda kandi basoma materials basoma reading materials nibamanya bantu balinga. We want to know our people balinga abantu kya support abana baitu. We shall be having public meetings where we get these children ntuleta abana baitu abali in various professional areas nibabaliza abana nibabaguidinga obanda ku advancing in these professional fields. What can you do? Where can you go? That's one of the ambitions nyina as a district person kuranga abana baitu bana mugwire buno obataka biri kuba placed tubakipingire tuta bali knowledge bamanyire what next step they can do bamanyire career yabo kusaga handi but that's an ambition that I have for the future.
Hati enyuma wakati ito Procurement Officer utandikire kora mu environment. How was life?
Life at the beginning was very hard. When I joined the Masindi local government, actually there was no office for my job. It was almost a new creation. Nikakora for almost 2 months in office.